So it's day 3 with the Summerboard. Now I thought I would take the risers out and see what it would be like trying the board without the risers. And then as I was changing the trucks, I noticed really slight cracks near the extra holes that are drilled in near the trucks. I'll just quickly show you that. Okay, so I'm not sure how much of that you can see, but it is starting to split around where the holes are for both sides. Yep. I'm not sure if those are intentional there from the beginning, but they don't really look identical, so I'm not sure if they were there from the beginning or if it's cracking due to the pressure. So over here, yep, it's over here as well. So if anyone knows, let me know if these splits or cracks are intentional or not. But yes, I feel like these extra holes are really unnecessary, and it feels like it makes the board much weaker. So yeah, hopefully the board stays together without breaking, because that would be really annoying as well. But we'll see how we go. Okay, so similar to the other problem in another spot is the one down here. So if you can see that, it's starting to split a little bit down here as well, which is close to the motors. So hopefully it's not a big problem. I mean, the board is made of wood, so it is natural for it to start, wearing out. But I've ridden this thing twice, and if it's happening after 2 rides, then it could end up being a bigger problem later. Hopefully it holds together. We'll see. Okay, so I'm back at the car park again. This is my 3rd time riding the Summerboard. I think I'm sitting at around 1.5 hours, so still less than 2 hours of Summerboard riding. I've tightened the trucks a little bit. I was going to tighten them even more, but I forgot. I think I've positioned the bindings in a good spot, and I've also taken the risers out, so we'll have to see how that goes, if it's going to be better or if it's going to be worse. Also today I'm wearing a bike jacket underneath this jacket, so I've got some padding in my elbows and my shoulders and my back, and it's a little bit safer this way. I'm not wearing a helmet, which is not that good, but these should be better than nothing. Okay, so having the risers out, it feels much better. It feels more free, and it feels more like how it should, I would say. But I made a big mistake not tightening the trucks more, because now that the risers are out, I'm getting heaps of wheel bite. If I lean, even a little bit too much, those wheels bite straight away. So the best solution might be to actually get new bushings, the rubber bits where the trucks are. So if I get firmer bushings, then It will probably solve a lot of the wheel bite and trucks being too soft problem. I'm going to try and get a little bit more used to just normal carving, just being able to go around. Okay, so I'm still getting problems with my backside. So on my toe side turns, I can't hold it. I keep spinning out. My heel side, well, my front side turns are pretty comfortable now. Yeah, they feel pretty comfortable. I can control how much, I turn or how much it slides. It's just the other side is so hard for me. And I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable turning on that side. So at the moment I just have to keep practicing both until I can get them evenly. Now, one other big thing I noticed after taking the risers out is it's really, really hard to start. Starting is much, much harder once you take the risers out. If you try and, or when I try and start with my weight centered, it's, the board goes everywhere, it turns, I can't control it. If I just lean on one side and then if I push and then start and just keep turning at the beginning, then it's okay. Once you pick up speed, it's not too bad. You can just carve a little bit. I'm getting the hang of that as well. And you can keep your direction right, but it's just at the beginning is really, really hard. So I had my toe run over by one of the wheels. Pretty painful, but yes, I've definitely made progress leaning back. It's, you know, feeling definitely really comfortable. Of course it can be even more controlled, but it's, you know, it's a whole nother level compared to the last two days or 2 times that I've been on it. I guess it's been about another half an hour, so we are approaching the 2-hour mark. So front side turns I can do comfortably. Still backside, every time I try backside, it slides out way too much. I can't control it, and then so I can't turn, and then I also can't hold it, and then it'll just slide with my back facing the front for a long time, and it feels way too scary, and I have to hop off before I stack it. So yeah, it could also be that I'm on a surface that's way too slippery. It's very, very slippery concrete. It might be a whole different story when I move onto normal street asphalt, you know, something a little bit more rough. I'll have to give that a go as well and see which one is easier to control. Okay, we're back home after the session. It actually went really well. By the end of it, I was able to do some good sliding and carving, you know, pushing the back foot out, pulling it back in and going the other way, and pushing it out and pulling back in, being able to, you know, carve and travel in a straight line, which I couldn't do before. So that was really good. Now, I did learn a few things. First thing, it's really important that the trucks are really tightened. At the moment, whenever I try and, you know, really turn tight, the trucks are so loose that they max out, and I just can't lean into the turn anymore. So then I sort of just keep sliding too much. Now, the second thing that I also learned was foot position. Foot position is really, really important. You shouldn't be, I feel like, yes, your weight needs to be really even. Towards the beginning of the session, I was leaning towards the back a little bit, so I was able to get, you know, my front side turns where I'm, you know, leaning on my heels. The wheels were gripping enough, and I was able to control it. But then whenever I tried to do the backside turns where I'm on my toes, I couldn't put enough weight onto my toes. It's actually really hard to put your weight onto the toes if your feet are too far back, and then that was making it really hard. I was just skimming really lightly on the ground, and I couldn't control those turns that way. But then I started to really shove my feet further into the bindings to have my weight a little bit more centered, and then I was able to get better turns, better control in my turns, which is a good discovery. Now, bindings, I feel like I've got them in a pretty good spot. So today I tried to have my stance a little bit more even, but my front foot was pointing out a little bit, where my back foot was quite straight, and that worked pretty well. I was able to control it really well. Also, I have my back foot binding close to the back, the very end, and then the front binding, it's not completely to the front, it's just a little bit shy of being at the very edge. So then it's set up more like a normal mountain snowboard, I've heard. I don't snowboard, so I'm not sure, but I was watching some tutorial videos on snowboarding, and they have that freestyle board where, you know, you have your ducked stance and it's pretty even, and then your normal traversing snowboard where you have a bit more of a it's leaning towards one side, towards the rear end, I think. So that worked really well. I can't ride switch really well at all, so I'll need to practice that, but hopefully I'll be able to ride switch sometime, and I might have to change my stance as well. Now the wheels are wearing out a little bit. Heel side, yeah, it's wearing out a little bit. You can just see a little bit of taper. Yeah, it's not too bad, but I can definitely see it will be wearing down pretty quickly. I am riding on really smooth surface, so it really shouldn't wear down that much, but yeah, it is wearing down to the point where I can see it. So we'll see how long these last. The battery was great. The drive wheels were, I think, pretty great. The only problem is really the fact that they're really stiff and they don't feel very lubricated. Yeah, it does do a bit of a squeak. It does do a bit of a squeak. It does squeak a little bit when I do turn it sometimes. So yeah, there it is. Yeah, so it doesn't sound good. So yeah, things like that I wish Summerboard did properly in their factory or wherever they assemble it. Yeah, the back end is not lubricated anywhere near enough as the front. Nowhere near as close to the front. They're both not very lubricated at all. They're very stiff. So not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, but the back is squeaking. So yeah, yeah. Might have to lubricate it myself. Not really keen on taking this all apart because it seems like a big hassle, but it might need to be done. Maybe when I get the freshies, whenever they send it, if they do send it, maybe I'll try taking it apart and seeing what I can do in terms of lubrication. So I think today's session was good. I was able to ride much better towards the end of the session. I spent close to an hour, not quite. I didn't get footage. I'll make sure I get some footage of carving. I think it's called carving. Being able to carve a little bit more properly than the start of this video. I improved a lot in the last half an hour or so. So yeah, for the next video I'll definitely upload some footage of that. All the other splitting problems, it doesn't look like it's gotten worse. It looks the same, so hopefully it will stay the same and you know, there won't be any major problems. Today I was really able to get that snowboard feeling. I was able to go relatively fast, pretty fast, and just carving back and forth was, yeah, super fun. Just like I imagined. I'd never done it before, but you know, it didn't feel any different to how I imagined it. It was exactly how I imagined it. I'd been watching so many people Summerboard on YouTube, you know, for months, waiting for the board as well, and also when I used to check out the board before I bought it, I was watching people ride the Summerboard and, you know, mentally training myself, really you know, really breaking down their movement and just practicing in my mind, you know, how I would also do the same. And then that transferred really well. So yeah, I'm happy I did a lot of, you know, watching of videos. It really helped. So, you know, some videos from the Summerboard channel, and Mark does everything. Shout out to Mark. He has a few good videos as well, and there were a few other channels that I watch as well. I can't remember the name, but yeah, there are some out there. Not a lot. Some of them are very short, and some of them are a bit repetitive and stuff. But there are a few. I'll definitely try and get some good footage out. I'll definitely need to invest in maybe a 360 camera so that I can just, you know, show the riding a little bit better. So yeah, I think that covers about everything for today's session. Yeah, third time on the Summerboard. We did cross the 2-hour mark just by a bit. So yeah, it really only takes about 2 hours of riding this board to get the general hang of it. Of course, to be able to control it really well and do, you know, tricks and be really comfortable, I'll probably need to ride, you know, a few more month or two to get comfortable, and then hopefully I can start properly as well. At the moment, once I get speed, I'm okay, but then starting, I still look like a clown, so I have to fix that. But yeah, stay tuned for future videos. I'll definitely be uploading more and more. Yeah, trying to show everyone what this board is actually like, because there aren't many videos that, you know, actually show you what the board is actually like. They all look like, you know, commercials for the board. So yeah, I'll try and be that one real guy who just no sugarcoating, just as it is. So yeah, Summerboard, send me your freshies that I ordered that didn't come, and also the launch pads. I feel like launch pads will help a lot in keeping my foot in the right place and being able to grip this properly as well. So Summerboard, please reply to my email. It's been a few days now. Yeah, so peace out. Catch you in the next one.